Okay folks, I want to talk to you about this 2019 Volvo with a beautiful 180-inch sleeper on it. Before we get inside, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this truck. Look at the aerodynamics that Volvo has on their trucks. They've lowered the hood additional for even being able to cut through the air easier or faster than what we used to be able to do it. The grill is very open, so the air can go into the truck. You're not trying to push it out in front. It can be pulled right on through the truck for better aerodynamics and better fuel economy. The bumper has also been modified and the air dam underneath it to take the air down low against the ground and reduce some of the friction that comes from underneath it. Let's watch and see how the air would flow around the outside of this truck, coming smooth up around these new headlights. We can have a very clean air. We will attach the air. We aren't going to get a lot of turbulence as it comes across the side of the truck, and then it'll follow all the way down to the sleeper itself. You notice how wide the cab is on a Volvo. It makes a very smooth transition over onto the sleeper. It doesn't look like a big box sitting behind the cab. It actually flows extremely smooth. We come on around. Well, you see that with this 180-inch sleeper, I have plenty of room to have the generator box and some extra storage in front of it. Plus now I've got a whole nother storage area in front of the, for open storage. You can put anything in there that you might want to put in. I've got it equipped with 150-gallon fuel tanks, so you got a lot of capacity for the fuel. Very nice looking, and if you can back up a little bit in and show the side of the truck, you can see it's a nice clean look that we've been able to accomplish. I've actually been able to put this on a 329-inch wheelbase. So while we got a large sleeper, we're still not going overboard on the length of the wheelbase, which makes it more maneuverable than what a lot of competitive units would have. If we come on around, you'll see that I've equipped these with a 4-inch pleated rear wall so that it looks very nice and clean on the back wall. Got Michelin tires all the way around. By the way, I've got 4 of these being built or have been built, so you can take your selection of which one you want. They basically are the same truck. The difference being the 2 of them I have the satellite antenna already installed, 2 I don't. 2 I have 365 front steer tires been put on them. The other 2 have 315, so either one will work. And if we need to put the wider tires on, if you select to do that, we don't do it because of weight capacity, we do it because of longevity of the tires. You'll see that this is a side door model, and we will be going inside very shortly. I have a nice electric step now that comes out and makes that first step very easy to entrance by your people. Let's go on inside, Anna, and we'll take a look at the inside of this beautiful 180-inch ARI custom sleeper. Okay folks, I want to show you the inside of the new remodeled Volvo truck. The interior has certainly been enhanced. They've done a beautiful job on it, and you can see that when we take a look at the seats. But in addition to that, the dash is laid out cleaner and just nicer looking for us to drive by. The steering wheel, you'll love the way the steering wheel feels, and one of the changes to it is now we can tilt the head of it along with the steering column can be moved. So we've got a very comfortable feel for you as a driver. We put additional controls up on the steering wheel. For example, the cruise control is now up here on it. All of my controls that used to be on a stick on the side is now where I can operate the dash right from the steering column. I want to mention a few things that I do put on my trucks. I do have over here, I've got an air release fifth wheel. That's so you don't have to get out there and pull the lever. You go through a sequence of events that allows it to detach the trailer. Obviously you have to be stopped and parked before it's going to allow you to do that. We have the hill hold feature that we had before that allows you to hold it at an angle on a incline. We've got the air slide fifth wheel. We've got the traction control option that you would like to have. We have the three-way switch so that we have access to the back lighting without having to go back there in the dark. And of course you have your differential lock. One of the features that I can now put on a day cab is the electronic temperature control. So my heat or the air conditioning, I can set it to a level and it will maintain that up here in the cab. You don't have to reach over here and be changing it as the day warms up or cools down. The Volvo I-Shift is, we've been known for this I-Shift for many years, and it's extremely strong and smooth. Nothing really compares to it in the industry yet today. One other thing that I will show you on the new truck is our cup holders. If you look, I can get these as different types of modules, so that if you wanted a box instead of the cups, well, you can put those in there. I can move them. If I wanted it down here instead, I can move them around. So it makes it very flexible in how I place my cup holders. If I wanted to, I can get another cup holder. So if you needed to, you could actually have 3 of them. If you have questions on any of this, feel free to call me. My name's Rex Rash. I'm with Gator Truck Center, Des Moines, Iowa. My direct phone number, 515-645-7953. I'm always happy to talk to people and talk to them about the different features of the Volvo truck. One thing I will mention on this particular truck, means it's got a 180-inch sleeper. I've equipped it with a 16,000-pound front spring, and it's a 20,000-pound beam. So you don't have to worry about the weight being overweight on the front axle. And another nice thing about it is I'm doing it on an over-the-road truck. I don't have to go to the Volvo vocational truck in order to achieve those kind of weights. I can do it here on the over-road tractor. I'm going to step out here for a second, and Anna, go ahead and take a picture of this new seat. You'll see that it's very attractive seat. It is very comfortable seat, and it also has got memory to adjust for the height of it. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about this sleeper. It's got a lot of unique features in it. It's the first 180-inch that I have had built as a stock unit. I'm seeing a lot of activity on it. It is really a beautiful sleeper. We're going to talk first that we do have the shower and the toilet that we expect in the ARI sleepers, and it's working out really well. Now I want to get into some of the other features though that I have, like your water tank monitor, so you can see how much water are in your tanks without having to get down on your hands and knees. And when I'm talking about the water tanks, you're going to find this particular truck has got a lot of water capacity. My thermostat for my air conditioning heating unit. I also have the remote control for my rooftop air vent. All right, pretty standard what we've been doing. Now, one of the things we'll look at here on the other side of the sleeper, over on the passenger side, is I've actually equipped this with a 40-inch flat screen TV. So you got a bigger TV than I've ever put in any of the sleepers in the past. I'm going to show you a feature. Instead of having the individual lights that we've been putting on that have the cap on them that they keep coming off, and the bulbs are hotter than the dickens. These bulbs are, well, it's a rope light and it goes all the way around. There's a switch in the back that controls it. So that makes for a nice light in there, and you don't have to be knocking those caps off all the time. All right, let's just go ahead and come back a little further, and we'll go ahead and look here. Something that people have been asking for is a household style refrigerator. So look at how much room you have now in a nicely laid out refrigerator. Isn't that nice? Now we still have the microwave, convection oven that we've been seeing, so that you can not only heat stuff in it, but you can actually bake in it. We're going to go back over here now to the passenger side of the truck, and we're going to look and see that we have an induction stove. So instead of having the burners get extremely hot, why, the heat goes directly to the pan, and the pan gets hot, but the burner does not. I have ARI split the top here, so that if you're only cooking with one pan, you can take this cover off and still have, you still have the work area over on the other side. I'll just talk a little bit also here to the counter. Look at that nice deep sink. It'll be easy for you to keep clean, and yet we leave it with a hard surface countertop. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? I'll go ahead and show you the drawers that we have here. There's 3 nice deep drawers inside this cabinet. And look at here, we have 4 drawers for you to store. So you can just see there's just a huge amount of storage capacity in this particular sleeper. Now, let's just step back one bit further, and I'll show you a couple of things that I have done here. There's never enough water space, fresh water in these trucks. You know, especially in the wintertime, it gets hard to find it. Well, you're going to find that once we got a bigger bench, we have a bigger water tank under the bench, and then we've got another water tank that I put here. So I would think between the two, you've got 70-80 gallon of water available to you. So enough to last you for several days. You also still have plenty of room for your wardrobe items that you want to hang. In addition to that, we've equipped it with shelves. So any items that you wouldn't get to as often but need to store, why, the shelves work out beautiful. But now, if you need a drawer, look at these nice deep drawers. So we have all kinds of space available for you to store items in these drawers. While we're looking here at this cabinet, I want to show you one other feature that I include in my trucks, and that's it's a fuel-powered heater, so that I don't have to run the generator with an electric heater. I get my heat from it. It's a company called Webasto. Some people are familiar with a competitive company, S-Bar. I'm using the Webasto brand. That's what Volvo puts on at their factory, so that's what I'm installing here. But you can see that we can now have heat in the truck without running the air conditioner, or running the generator, excuse me. Saves time and expense on the generator. Okay, folks, I'm going to go back here and show you some of the uniquenesses of that I put in these sleepers. One is I'm having a wedge-shaped pillow made, and I'll show you the reason for that in a moment. Meantime, this extra large area we have here, I can show you I have a 2800 watt inverter that allows me to run the 110 volt household refrigerator. We also have room for the hot water heater right here. We have the transfer switch, we got the circuit breakers and another circuit breaker here near fuse panel. And then we got the bunk heater on this particular truck so that you can have your heat back here when the truck is running, or air conditioning back here without running the generator. Talking about the bunk heater, we have a second one here so that a person can have both outlets for heating and air conditioning from the truck. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this up now, folks. We'll open up the other side, and I will show you. I'm going to place this off to the side for the moment, and I will take this other wedge-shaped pillow. Again, I'll show you why I have those made. And then I just want to show you the water tank. Instead of being that small 30-gallon water tank that's traditional, this water tank runs from here all the way back to the start of the bench seat. So the benefit to that is more water capacity. We got a lot of water capacity now. Okay, with the wedge-shaped pillows, remember I've got a larger table here, gotcha table, so that 4 people could comfortably sit here if you wanted to. You can see how much room, either for enjoying a dinner, playing cards, whatever you might want to do. There's a lot of room. But here's the other thing that the wedge-shaped pillow's for, is if I wanted to kick off my shoes and throw my feet up, I now can relax and watch the television with a nice comfortable view. Okay, this brings up one more point that I've added to these sleepers, and look at the size of this window. In the past, why the rider back here would had to have looked up, leaned forward, had to stretch up. Now I've got a nice view out to the side of the scenery as I go down the road, so I can watch TV, I can look out, I can relax up against the back of the bottom side of the bed that we'll get to here in just a second. Isn't this really a nice feature? Yep, I think people are going to really love it. All right, folks, there's a couple other things I want to talk to you about on this particular sleeper yet. One of them is the infinity light. Isn't that nice? It's got the blue trace around the outside, so now I can have as much or as little light as I want. So I think that's a great feature. Hey, the other thing that I want to show you is the big bed. Now, I know you've come to see that I do a lot of these big beds. I've done over 30 of them now. But here's a nice, comfortable 54-inch bed. They've upgraded the mattress. It is a quite comfortable mattress, and so we've improved the mattress also. So kind of explains the majority of the items within this particular 180-inch sleeper. I've got 4 of them in stock. I've got a lot of activity going on them. I'm going to be building 4 more later. Actually, I've got 5 more being built later. So I think they're going to be an extremely hot item. Again, the benefit that I see is that I can put it on the over-the-road truck. I don't have to put it on a vocational truck. Yep, if you have any questions, please call me. Rex Rash, Gator Truck Center, Des Moines, Iowa, 515-645-7953. Love to talk to you. So folks, anytime that you want to schedule a test drive of one of these wonderful Volvos with the custom ARI sleeper on it, just call for Rex at 515-645-7953, and I'd be happy to have you drive one of them. I know you'll be delighted with your results from driving it.